What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys Gold Label DC Multiverse, the Suicide Squad's King Shark. And so here we have King Shark posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. King Shark does come with two accessories. We do get a disembodied arm, and then we get a disembodied leg. King Shark also comes with a McFarlane display stand, which is too small for him, but that he has no problem standing. I'm not going to lie about that. So with that out of the way, guys, King Shark doesn't come with anything else. So let's have a closer look at the figure. And so here we have a closer look at King Shark, and I think McFarlane has done a really good job with the source material. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this design for King Shark, I absolutely despised it, and I still despise it to this day. I don't know what it is about it. It seems a little too cartoony, and I get that it is part of the Suicide Squad, and it's already kind of cartoony as it is, but there's something about this style of King Shark that I'm not really a fan of. Now, that's not taking away anything from the sculpt. The sculpt on King Shark here is very fantastic. McFarlane did an excellent job of capturing this profile for a shark, especially a great white shark. This is a really nice profile. I do like it. You can see he does have his eye right here, his nostril, and then we do have the pits along his snout, which help him. If I remember correctly, those actually do find electromagnetic charges for sharks, so it does make sense that he would have those pits right there on his snout. But yeah, they did a really good job just capturing the profile of a shark, and when you lower the mouth like that, it looks even more like a shark. So yeah, really great job there, and the paint apps are fantastic. The fact that it goes from this really dark gray to a lighter gray all the way down to almost white really is done well. Now, I have heard that Walmart did have a running change for King Shark. There are versions that have the blood along the mouth, and there are some that don't, and as you can see, mine does not have the blood, which I am a little bit disappointed. It kind of makes it feel like this is the same as a Build-A-Figure. But overall, I do like the sculpt work that went into this, and I can respect it. His mouth is articulated, and they did a really nice job sculpting those teeth. Now, something I did notice about his jaw is that it's not really hinged. His mouth is on a single piece, so the top and bottom jaws will never stay shut. They're actually combined, so as you move his lower jaw up, his upper jaw kind of goes back into the head. Now, that's a really ingenious way to have him have an articulated jaw, but it kind of also does limit the way you can actually function his jaw, because it does have spots that it doesn't lock in all the way, so that is a little bit unfortunate. One thing I do like is that they nailed the 5 gills on the great white shark. Great white sharks are 5-gill sharks, and that's a modern day shark trait, so really do like that. His dorsal fin right here looks really good, and I do like the fact that it has some nicks in it, just like an actual shark fin would have. So that's a really nice little detail. Along his body, you can see he has wrinkles and folds along his skin, which you would imagine what a shark standing upright would have, I guess. He does have pecs. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of is that he is chubby. I'm not a fan of the fat King Shark. I prefer the really over-the-top muscular King Shark. And like I said, it's not that I don't get the source material. I get it, but this isn't my favorite design for King Shark. If anything, this is one of my least favorite. I feel like they've made him too much like Groot. But anyway, moving on to the detail. I'm getting off topic. Really loving the sculpt work on it. All these wrinkles look fantastic, and it actually does look like shark skin. Now, it doesn't feel like shark skin because shark skin feels like sandpaper, but it does replicate the texture of it, so it does look the part without actually feeling the part. And you can see right here his elbow kind of looks like an elephant elbow. You might want to customize this into like a giant elephant man if you have the time and patience. It's well within the realm of possibility. But yeah, just look at all these folds and wrinkles in his skin. That's an amazing amount of detail right there. Just the amount of work that went in it, and then his spine does go all the way down to his shorts. On his hand, you can see he kind of has like a flipper hand going, where we have his digits right here, which are connected with a webbing, and then we do have his palm, which has some nice white paint, and that's something I really do like, is that they did paint the inside of his arm white. Now you can see there are some places where it is chipping, and that's basically where the plastic meets one another. It's a common issue that I'm noticing as I move some of the joints around. You can see it is chipping right here, and even underneath the chin, as you move that does scrape the paint, so you can see it is scraping right there. There's not enough clearance right here for his head to go in without scraping the paint, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But moving on to his pants, not a fan of the Surfer Dad pants. I think they should have just gone with the whole ripped jeans, and the way McFarlane did this is that the jeans are a rubber overlay. So he does have articulation in his hips and his knees, but this is such a thick material. That's all you can get out of it. You are virtually not going to use any of his leg articulation, which is unfortunate because he poses really nice from what I would assume is his waist up, but from his legs, he's basically a static figure. It's Bane all over again, if you can believe it. So having a look at his feet, you can see that he has more designs on his feet. That texturing in his skin carries over really nicely. Really loving all these folds and wrinkles. They look really solid. Really loving it. King Shark here, though I might not like the design, I do like the look of the figure. It has really nice traits to it. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know too much about King Shark. I'm probably going to see the movie by the time this review goes up, so yeah, if I get something wrong, forgive me. I just wasn't in any rush to see the Suicide Squad. But anyway, King Shark here looks good, but how does he stack up to other figures? Well, there's only one way to find out, and let's compare him with other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have King Shark posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have King Shark posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have King Shark posed next to a Lightning Collection White Range and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have the McFarlane Mega figure King Shark posed next to the Mattel DC Multiverse King Shark Build-A-Figure. And for a final comparison, here we do have King Shark posed next to the McFarlane DC Multiverse Justice League Darkseid. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to King Shark's articulation. Starting at his head, he does have that rail system that his mouth is on, which does allow his mouth to open up all the way, and once you get it locked in place, it doesn't move, which I do like that, and then you can unlock it just by pushing it up. So yeah, I really do like this piece of articulation. I kind of wish that it wasn't as loose as it was. As you can see, there are a few spots that it actually stays in place, but once you get it in place, it actually holds really nicely. Now, we do have a ball joint here in the head, which does let him look up about that far. You can look down, can look to the side. You just got to get his gills underneath the torso, but once you do, he does look to the side really nicely. Looks to the other side. He does rotate vertically, so his head does move in a circle rather than left and right. Arms are on ball hinges, so they do go out to the side to about right there. They do a full 360. Unfortunately, they're not ball sockets, so they just peg in straight to his shoulder, so they don't pivot forward and back. We don't have a bicep swivel, but we do have a hinge in the elbow, which does go back or rotate like that. We have a hinge which does move forward, and again, we do get really nice rotation. He does have a hinge in the wrist, which, as you can see, only goes in and out, which is a little bit unfortunate that it only has that in and out movement. And then we do have rotation on that joint. We do have a ball joint here at the torso, which does lean back about that far, does lean forward about that far. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that he is fairly loose. Now, you can see he doesn't even hold his own weight, so that is a little bit of a disappointment. Posing the figure, you think you get him in a nice pose, and he kind of slumps over. This figure has a lot of weight to him, and that is one of the reasons why this joint is so loose. Just look at that. It's worse than Bane, to be quite honest, and he does rotate slightly right here at the mid-torso, but most of the rotation comes at the waist. Again, we do have some pivot, which works really good. Rotation. Now, hips, if we were living in an ideal world, this would be on a joint, which would allow him to kick forward. That's about as far as he moves forward at the leg. Moving back, goes about that far. Moving out, about that far. We go from that to that. That is sad and pathetic, to be quite honest. Now, one thing I do like is that King Shark actually has thigh swivel. But it's useless because he doesn't have any movement here. He has the joints. It's just that this is so thick, it doesn't allow him to move forward and back, which is a shame. His knees are also hindered by the pants. Actually, they do move back about that far, and they move forward about that far. It might get more range, but again, it's so thick right here that all the articulation in his leg is virtually useless. Now, we do have a hinge in the ankle, which does go back, and then it does go forward, really stiff. We do have forward facing pin for rocker ankle, and then we do have a toe hinge, which is very good. Don't know why they even sculpted any articulation on his legs. It's virtually useless. He's better off just being a static figure from the waist down. Oh, there's so many things that they could have done differently with this figure, but yeah, it is unfortunate that that had to happen. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get King Shark posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label King Shark pose for my final thoughts. And overall, this is a really impressive figure in terms of sculpt and engineering. There are some things I like about it, some things I absolutely don't like about it. As far as the sculpt and paintwork go on this figure, it is phenomenal. The amount of detailing in this figure is exceptionally well done, and I have to give McFarlane props on this figure. The face looks just like a great white shark, and the profile that it creates looks really good. This actually does resemble King Shark from the movie, and if you're basing it off source material, this is a very solid figure. I love the fact that he does come with a disembodied arm and a disembodied leg. I kind of wish this figure was a little more gruesome. I kind of wish that he had more blood in his mouth, maybe some blood running down his chest. Just something to differentiate him from the Build-A-Figure that we will be having a look at when we have a look at the Suicide Squad series. But overall, still really impressed by this figure. Not my favorite King Shark, though. I would have liked to see King Shark in the movie, a very menacing and, you know, vicious looking creature. Now, that's not saying that he isn't vicious in the movie. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't criticize it on that. But I would have loved to see a more menacing King Shark rather than Fish Groot. I am not a fan of Fish Groot. So if you are looking for this King Shark, he is still available on the Walmart website. He will run you about $40. Now, at the time I'm making this video, he is technically sold out in terms of pre-orders. You can still get your order in once they fulfill all the pre-orders. This guy should be on the website, or you can find him at your local Walmarts. The Gold Label McFarlane figures are part of a Walmart exclusive series, so if you are looking for them, you've got to find them at Walmart. And I do think King Shark here is a very fun figure. I might not like the design, that's just me personally, but if you like the design and you're a fan of this particular version of King Shark, why not give this figure a look at? I'm pretty sure you're going to fall in love with it. Me, I just like sharks, and I think this is a really nice shark figure to have, and it looks really good in your collection. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.